While at work, I tried to give an LLM a feature, and I basically prompted the exact output of what the UX looked like and what the UX was asking for. But instead of actually implementing the feature, it instead gave me a bug, of course. And I thought it was pretty funny. The LLM really had no idea what it was doing. So I thought I would share the bug. And what we have here is some example code that has the bug in it. Of course, this is not my work code. Sharing my work code would probably get me fired. So if we look at the code here, this is some React code. We have a counter button. The whole idea of this button is to update a counter, show it on the screen, as you can see down here. We have our dev server running. Walking through the code real quickly, we see we have a use state. That is pretty simple. Everyone in React knows what a use state is. We have a use callback. That is our increment handler for our on click down here in our button. Inside we have a value. For instance, say you want to click the button, you want to mutate the value with whatever operation. For here, we're just doing a +1. At work, it'd be something else. And then a set timeout to represent some, some type of async code. That's not too important. And then, right, we would want to use the value in our async function. So we're going to log the value, and then we're going to set that value. This is essentially what the LLM gave us, as we should increment count here, pass it to the state, get it updated, and then run it. But looks innocent enough. You'd probably think it would work. So we hit the increment button. It goes up to 1, and we get an output of 1. So that's pretty good. Let's hit it again. It's still 1, and you probably can't see this. It's probably too small, but we see we have another output of 1. Let's click it a couple more times, and we're just getting 1 repeatedly, and the counter's not going up. So right off the bat, the LLM basically failed the first test, which is, could you even increment a button or increment a value? And at work, it was just, instead of incrementing, we were just mutating data and setting it in a state value. So what do you think might be the issue here? First is probably the dependency array. Maybe that could be it. Maybe we should do something like grabbing the previous value in the counter. What do you think the problem is? How do you think we can actually increment a button here? Let me know what you think in the comments. Later.